whatever comes to your heart, this is what we do.
This is what we do. So, audience, this is going to be pretty interactive, okay? So, when I say Nexus Live here in a few minutes, I want each and every one of you to shout as loud as you can so those people in the Netherlands can hear you. All right, so you're going to get a little bit of a intro into the production. So first we're going to do our introductions. And then after we do our introductions, we're going to play our intro music. And right after that intro music, we will go live at that point and we will be recording. Sounds good? Yes. All right. Ladies, you ready?
Yes, we are.
All right, David, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So first off, we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm going to say I'm David.
I'm David.
Tracy. I'm Cynthia.
All right. And then I'm going to say, and this is Nexus Live. And then everybody's going to shout, right?
Yes.
All right. And please try to project as much as possible so this can pick up.
You won't break it. If you do, I mean, we know where to find you. That was good. Y'all done great.
Oh, we love it. It picks up great.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Ready?
Ready.
Ready? Ready? All right. I'm Devins.
I'm David.
I'm Tracy.
And I'm Cynthia.
And this is Nexus Live. Great. All right. Welcome to Nexus Live, everyone. We are back. We are on air. That light is on. We just had an amazing general membership meeting where our 2025 Realtor of the Year, Raquel Lavender, who you guys heard from 2 weeks ago, just got awarded with that award. Give it up for Raquel. We have a live studio audience, everyone.
This is so cool.
And I also want to give special recognition to two of our guests today. We have the most wonderful ladies from the Southern Crescent Habitat for Humanity. Give it up for them, everyone. Let's do it.
So we have Miss Cynthia Jenkins, our CEO,
Thank you so much for having me.
and Tracy. How do you say your last name?
It's Monk Shadi.
Tracy Monk Shuddy. You're the Family Services Coordinator, right?
Yes, I am.
Give it up for these ladies again.
Thank you.
Woo! So Habitat for Humanity is such a special thing for realtors to be a part of, so much so that NAR even recognizes it as one of our potential core standards options because you serve the community we serve, and you do it in a way that builds equity, it builds generational wealth, and I'm hoping you guys can tell us a little bit more about some of the ways y'all do that today.
Great. We are excited to be here. First off, thank you all
Absolutely.
so much for having us. We are excited to be here to talk about what we do at Southern Crescent Habitat. So I guess we're jumping right in.
Go for it. Have you ever done a podcast before?
I have.
You have. What about you, Tracy?
I have not.
Okay, so we'll guide you where we need to.
Okay.
Devins, if he has anything he wants to interject, he will. But
Yeah.
I say go for it. Tell us about you,
Yeah.
Miss Cynthia.
What's your why?
My why, I come from a very big family. I live and was raised in Noonan, Georgia, actually, and I currently live there. And went off to college to Georgia Tech, architecture.
Georgia Tech.
That's right, go Jackets.
Any tech fans in the audience?
That's right.
There's like one.
That's okay. That's all right. I enjoyed my time at Georgia Tech, but that's how I got into affordable housing.
Mhm.
Was my architecture program.
Mhm.
We had a tour post-Olympics of some of the downtown neighborhoods and started to talk about what the city of Atlanta at that time had done to help spur on development in those neighborhoods. But that's when I found out about gentrification and how families, some were being pushed out of some of those neighborhoods. And it really hit me because I had never known struggle in housing. My parents still live in the same house that they brought me home from the hospital in.
Oh, wow.
And are celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary next
Oh,
week.
wow. Give it up for that.
But it just made me think, wow, I was so fortunate, and I want to be able to help other people live in stability, in homes that they can pass down to generations, and really have the opportunity to thrive. It was very eye-opening to understand that people did not have that same opportunity that I had.
Definitely. And I felt that when I volunteered
Yeah.
with Habitat as well. Like when you see the family working on the home that they're going to live in, like that's just a whole level of exposure that a lot of people don't experience, when they buy the house. And then getting into real estate, when you learn about redlining, you learn about some of the other ways that we've robbed some of that generational wealth. I think it's really, really important to have groups like Habitat for Humanity around to help us, to help those people who might not have a clear path to home ownership. So what about you, Miss Tracy? What's your why?
My why. All right. Well, my career is in banking. Okay, commercial warehouse lending.
You
I
bring that a
survived.
little closer to
I'm
you.
sorry.
No, you're good. This happens.
I survived 2 crashes, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
In the banking industry. Had a chance to witness the things that brought us to that point and decided that I was done. I was tired of corporate America. I was tired of the banking industry. And time goes by and I see this position for a family services coordinator, Habitat for Humanity. A great job description. I'm like, I think I'd love this. I get a call, I get the interview, and here I am. But the reason, the why that made it so important was that I had an opportunity to use my banking skills to help people achieve the dream. Own a home, receive assistance with a home they already own, and do it in an environment that was safe for them.
Yeah.
And that's what made the difference.
That's beautiful, isn't that, everybody? That is beautiful. That is beautiful. So how long have you been in the business?
Banking or with Habitat?
Both.
Banking, about 15 years before I decided to walk away. And then with Habitat for Humanity, 3 years.
3 years with Habitat for Humanity. So can either one of you tell me why Habitat for Humanity has been started? What was the purpose behind it?
Habitat for Humanity was started in 1976.
She was ready.
Ready.
September of 1976 by Millard and Linda Fuller. A lot of people think Jimmy Carter started it, but he is our most famous volunteer. He joined the Habitat family as a volunteer in 1984. And that is when you'll see, if you look at a lot of the affiliates popped up after 1984 because of his influence. But it really started in Americus, Georgia, with Linda and Millard Fuller, who really were searching for ways to help others. They started at this place called Conania Farms. And it was really about equity, inclusion, and making sure that families had an opportunity for stability. It started off very grassroots. The covenant was probably a page long, and it was if you had the resources, the willingness, and the ability to help people in your community, you could have an affiliate and have a Habitat affiliate in your community too. Our affiliate was founded in 1986, October 3rd. So we will be celebrating. Oh, really?
Is that Southern Crescent?
That is Southern Crescent Habitat, was founded in October 3rd, 1986.
Wow. Do you remember meeting me at Jimmy Carter's birthday? Not Jenny Carter. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So I know Natasha Reed Rice.
That's right.
And I think her son volunteered with, and Natasha Reed Rice is the National Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer. Is that right? Did I get that right?
She has been promoted.
She has been several things.
Okay, all right.
She was the general counsel at one point.
Oh,
as well.
okay.
Yes.
All right. She's really cool. All right. So Jimmy Carter's birthday was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Where were we? I don't even, we were in Noonan, right?
No, we were in Fayetteville.
Fayetteville, okay.
Yeah, we were.
It's been a long time, y'all.
We were on a rooftop there
Yes.
celebrating our anniversary as part of our homecoming week.
Mm-hmm.
We, some of the staff members came up with this great idea of having a homecoming week during our anniversary to celebrate all the things. We do everything from a home blessing to payoffs, because at the end of that, 20, 30 years, people who pay it off deserve to be celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have an alumni event, which is what you came to.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we invite all the homeowners who are current, past, volunteers who are current and past volunteers to come together like a college homecoming and, come together and celebrate and reconnect. And so those have been really great for us to have. So, yep, that's what you attended. And it just happened to be Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday that day.
That's awesome.
That's funny because that's what caught my attention, right? When I saw the email, I think I saw it through one of the chamber newsletters, and I saw Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday, and I was like, well, I have to be there for sure because he wasn't doing well at the time, and I was like, I really want to go meet some of our habitat. Were you there, Ms. Tracy? Okay, I know. I also can't think of who it was, but I know someone that I worked with when we did our community. what did you do that for? When we did our community services build, we laid sod at a property. Who in here was with us when we laid sod? I saw Al, Nisha, Barbara. Yeah, give it up for them.
Yeah, give it up for them, everybody. Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Miss Kim Freshwater has also had 2 women's builds. She was a women's build ambassador. Did anybody serve with her on that one? Oh, yeah. All right.
Gwendolyn,
Yeah.
Cynthia.
Thank you.
Who else back there?
Sandra.
Sandra.
2003, we partnered with the home builders and we physically built a Habitat for Humanity.
Wonderful.
Oh, wow.
So our past president, Miss Sandra McCrary, partnered with our home builders and built a Habitat for Humanity house in 2003, right? Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Well, you all are more than welcome to come back out and do just that again.
We'll see you at the next one.
Yeah,
Right.
next one.
Perfect. So that's really awesome to hear. What are some projects that you have going on right now?
Well, we just finished our women build. We had 6 days of women build.
Yeah.
So we had it across 2 houses. We currently have 2 homes under construction in Forest Park, and we have 1 home under construction in Lovejoy in our Hannah Springs 28 house subdivision that we're working on completing. So those are what we're doing right now. Do you know how many women we had on site? Because I didn't get the final number.
It might have been about 50 women.
Altogether.
Wow.
Altogether.
No, altogether.
Not altogether.
Yeah, it was more than
I'm
that.
sure it was more than
we
that.
had 50 in one day. So usually we have between 20 and 50 women or so on a site at the time. So Women Build is part of a national initiative of Habitat International. And so most affiliates do a Women Build. Women make up only about 12% of the construction industry. And so this is an initiative to introduce women to construction, build confidence, make a safe space for women to learn how to use all the material, the tools, all that. I mean, and there is nothing off limits. I mean, we're doing all the things. And so it's very empowering for women. Most of our, actually in this instance, both of the homeowners that the homes were being are women. So you get women out on site, women working next to women who are working to become homeowners. And it is really a lot of fun to get out there and know that you can do this. You will be taught how to use these things. We have so many women that come back and say, you know what, I went home and I did all these things to my home.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because they are, I mean, and our shirts say it all. Girls play house, but women build them.
Woo! Yes. It's a really cool thing. And when we went to our the board's habitat build, I think there were more women there than there were men volunteers. And let me tell you, these ladies were rolling out sod. I was like, I'm going to go sit down somewhere. They were showing me up. So in teenage years, I did some work in construction. You can ask me about the legality of that when I'm off the clock. But it is very true. You don't see any, it's just so few, especially in the South, women in construction. And these are some of the most talented individuals. And I love that initiative of giving it, just like with home ownership, right? You're giving people who didn't have the power, you're giving them the power, saying, hey, here's the power, literally here's the power tools, right? Let's show you how to do this and give you knowledge that you'll take into the rest of your life to do projects in the future.
That's right.
So it's really powerful for me when I was laying sod and I saw the homeowner or a potential homeowner working there. And then I also learned about the gray ghosts. And I thought that was interesting. Do you want to talk
Gray
about
ghosts?
those? I know, it sounds so cool, right?
You want to talk about Great Ghosts?
The Great Ghosts are a dedicated group of individuals who come out weekly and basically do what we ask. They volunteer their time. They help build these homes. They assist us with home repairs. They help make all of our volunteers, all of you who come out, to feel safe and feel comfortable by teaching you how to use power tools and roll that side. And many of them are veterans.
Ah, perfect.
And many of them are
Wow.
veterans.
That is
Wow.
great. That is great. I've yet to go to a Habitat build yet, but I remember the one David just recently went to. He comes back early, right? And he's got a bunch of mud all over him. And I'm like, y'all are finished already? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. We had a lot of women there, so it was they got it done.
And they do.
And they get it done. They get it
And they
done. I
do.
see the pictures and it's amazing.
The moral of that story, y'all, was that I came back to work afterward and I hid in the back all day long. It was great. And I know Brittany Stuckey. Do either of you know Brittany? She's probably coordinating this with someone else, but Brittany is our community services chairperson here at the association. And she is working with Southern Crescent to plan a habitat build in the fall. Now, I hear that y'all are really busy. So like we're still working on the dates, but it's a really good thing to hear that you have a lot of people who want to come and volunteer, right?
Yes, absolutely. That is, as a matter of fact, that's in our mission statement. You know, we are bringing people together to build homes, communities, and hope, and bringing people together of all walks of life, of all professions, because housing affects all of us, as you know. You know, we have an ecosystem of housing, and we are in that place where we're trying to help people attain home ownership who need a hand up, who aren't able to access housing in conventional methods. And so that's why we exist. And we serve your essential workers, you know, people who are making our economy go, who are doing the things, usually in service areas. You know, your teachers, our firefighters, our first responders of all types. We've had bus drivers, and I'm talking about school bus drivers and MARTA bus drivers. We have airport employees who are all looking for housing. And as a matter of fact, we're going to close on our next house with a Delta employee.
Ooh.
Keep
Yep.
climbing.
Yep.
So there has been a stigma in some places about just affordable housing in general. And I know that's something that you probably have to combat. And I think that's something that our realtor community can help us. Sometimes when people hear affordable housing, they don't realize, one, how awesome some of the people are that are living in these houses, but also the work and the quality in a Habitat house. I have personally lived in a Habitat house, and this thing was well built, let me tell you. But there is sometimes the stigma that affordable housing means other things. And I think all of us in this room have the power to help change that narrative, have the power to help truly make a place for all. Because if you look at, you think about luxury communities, we can't all have luxury communities. You need high, low, and middle income housing available for everybody. That's part of the holistic solution. I know not everybody, even rentals fit into this. I know not everybody loves apartments in real estate world, but that is a crucial part of the ecosystem. And I think there's a lot that GAR is doing to help change that narrative. Now, in every case, I would say owning a home is definitely preferable to renting, but you have to have a place for people to start.
You do.
Otherwise, you're just 1-2 decisions, 2 mistakes away from maybe a single mom not having anywhere to live and being on the streets. That is such a reality, especially as rents continue to increase. I know that's something that you have to experience. So in one hand, it's easy to say, oh, we don't want a house like this in our neighborhood or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But these are families. These are people that you're helping get to the next level. And I think that's something we should focus way, way, way more attention on.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
We need to take you on the road.
Come on, I'm ready. So I'm off at 5.
But you're right. This is something we deal with. My other hat is that I've been on the city council in Noonan for about 21 years. And we see people coming in red shirts with their stop signs when it comes to housing types that they don't like. But you've got to understand that we need that ecosystem. You know, we have lost just in the city of Noonan. We had a police officer, actually a few, who couldn't find a place to live that they could afford, and they ended up moving somewhere else and then getting a job somewhere else. So that made us lose employees, people who are needed in our community because they didn't have affordable housing. And so that's why what we do, you know, have you been in a community where restaurants and stores are closing because they can't find employees?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's because they can't live where they're working.
Yes. So I've also been to some high-end, we'll keep them nameless, but like some places that are made with like the shopping and the food and the restaurants built in. And I've talked to the employees, like, where do you live? They live 30 minutes away. They don't have a place in that. So I think it is part of the holistic solution. I'll pivot a little bit because I didn't look up Southern Crescent's numbers, but I did some work with our local Habitat for Humanity in Cleveland, Tennessee, which is where I'm from. And we were looking at different organizations that the board wanted to partner with. And one thing that we were looking at was some of them were, you know, national nonprofits. And the percentage of what you give it wasn't low, but so much of it went to the corporate ecostructure. So much of it went to salaries and advertising and marketing and education. And all of those things are really important. But when we actually looked at the P&Ls from each of these companies and the statements. And with our local Habitat, 87% of every penny, I don't know what yours is and I'm not asking, but 87% of every penny went directly to the families that were being impacted. Their salary, their overhead was so low for all the work that they were doing. And I think that is so commendable in nonprofit world.
It really is.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that is incredible. We're close.
You're close. All right, cool.
We're at about 20%
That's wonderful.
overhead and 80% going to the mission.
Find me an organization that can run numbers like that. That's wonderful work.
That's amazing work. That's amazing work.
So what are some... Oh, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to pivot.
Yeah. Y'all are here. You're part of this.
Just pivot back to what you were saying earlier about the stigma. The stigma that is attached to affordable housing, the type of people who live in affordable housing. And I wanted to thank you and all of your audience for sharing the message that the stigma is not real. As Cynthia was saying, these homeowners are hardworking contributors to our community.
That's right.
Yes.
With families. And the houses, as you said, are beautiful. These are not houses that are less than.
No.
That's right.
And so I hope that this is something that your audience will continue to focus on, a message that they will share, so that when they see a sign go up in the yard that says future home of a Habitat house, that they are happy, that they are excited to see us coming.
Yeah. Because those are some very beautiful houses. I've seen the pictures after they were done, and they are amazing.
They're also efficient, right? So they make sense. The floor plan makes sense. It's really a maximum. It really maximizes square footage. So I think I saw a 4-bedroom in Cleveland that was like under 1,300 square feet, and it worked. Like, it was so, you could say simple in one hand, but it also was just really efficient. When you talk about heating costs, construction costs, labor costs, I know that's how you guys kind of keep those things in check. And I think, it's not a luxury. Look, who in here wants to sell a luxury house? Everybody wants to sell a luxury house, right? Who in here wants to sell an affordable house? I want to sell an affordable house. I want to sell any house I can get my hands on, right? But I think the people in this room do have a lot of understanding for that. These guys are boots on the ground. I hate to say, Kim, I'm sorry. I said boots on the ground. They work with people every day who are on the cusp of, I can only afford this. And then if interest rates went up, okay, well, that kind of put me down to what I can afford. And these guys know that it's almost a preaching to the choir situation. But what these guys do is they take this information and they share it with their consumers and the public and the realtors who aren't in the room right now. And I think that's the most important thing.
Great.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask, what are some other ways that the people in the room can contribute to Habitat? I'm sure you have some asks of us, right?
We do. We've got several things going on. We're a really wonderful place for our affiliate. We are coming up on our 40th anniversary in 2026, and we are currently looking for land. I can tell you that now. We're finishing up our 28-house neighborhood in Lovejoy. As I said earlier, we've got 9 lots left. We're building some homes in Henry County coming up pretty soon, as well as our home portfolio that we've got in Clayton County. But we've also expanded recently. As of February, we now cover 5 counties. And they are Fayette, Clayton, Henry, Butts, and Newton counties.
Woo! So this is kind of why this is a little more serendipitous now. We also have a primary jurisdiction. Now, we have people probably from Macon in our board. We have people from Sandy Springs in our board. We have a lot of people in Atlanta who also are members of our board, but our kind of sort of sweet spot, our primary territory is Clayton, Henry, and Butts counties. And so it seems like such a natural partnership. That's awesome.
Really is.
Well, we are rolling out kind of a soft launch for Butts in Newton County. We are leading with our funding source, and we have had the really great fortune of having home repair funds for veterans.
All right.
And so Tracy thank you very much. We are very excited about that. And so Tracy is searching right now for veterans that we can work with in Butts and Newton County, but of course our entire service area, but specifically in Butts and Newton. We are rolling out our veteran home repair program to get us started. This is an extension for us. We are in the process of looking for land in those areas to build as well, but we currently have funding for veterans, and I'm going to let Tracy talk about that a little bit.
Thank you. So with our veteran home repair program, we realized that our veteran community haven't made the ultimate sacrifice, okay? In many instances feel as though they are not worthy of this. They don't deserve this sort of assistance. So we are constantly partnering with other veteran organizations to try to get them to understand that because of their sacrifice, this is an opportunity just for them. We also recognize that many of our career veterans, our veterans from Vietnam, our veterans who fought maybe in Desert Storm, were career veterans. So in being a career veteran, they have earned the financial stability that they get to enjoy in their later years in life, and may not really qualify them for our program because our program is income-based. So when we think of veterans, we are looking for those veterans who maybe didn't have a long career, who maybe don't have that financial stability to make those repairs on their home and do the things to age in place, to find stability, to have a firm foundation where they've lived for maybe 30, 40, 50 years. And so this is where we need your help. We need to find those veterans who are sort of in that in-between space. We will need you to share that information with us so that we can have them attend a workshop and we can try and get them into this program.
Right.
That's what we need most.
Right.
Wow.
How many of you out here know anyone within that sweet spot right now? Can we get a show of hands? How many?
So we're talking about a
One,
veteran who's not a
two.
career veteran, but maybe sort of on the cusp.
3,
Al,
4,
all right.
5, 6. So you guys, after the show, would you guys get with Tracy and talk about that? Can we do that?
Yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, everybody who attended today
Yeah.
we can make sure they have the information that you give us for them to share those resources or to contact y'all. We can share that with everybody who's here. But what did you want to add to that?
Absolutely. I have some flyers that they can take with them.
Oh,
Business
ooh,
card.
love a flyer.
So it's something that they can carry into their communities. But also keep in mind that in addition to our veteran community not feeling as though they are worthy, remember that Southern Crescent Habitat for Humanity provides assistance with financial matters, financial intelligence, financial education. A lot of our older community members are struggling, living off of their credit cards. Social Security is not quite enough for them to make it. And so we're also providing them opportunities for home repair, but also education, how to budget those funds, how to handle that pension so that it lasts them for all the many years that they may still remain with us.
Right.
It's not just the home repair. It's also about how they live in their home.
Right. That's beautiful. Give it up for Melissa and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I saw Melissa walking out the door. I'm so sorry. Tracy and Cynthia. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
So we're about to roll into Q&A, and then we'll make sure that you guys have the opportunity to say anything that you want to end with. But we have a tradition, Devins.
So after every episode of Nexus, although this one hasn't ended yet, each of our guests gets to sign the table in any place that you would choose. So Miss Cynthia, this time, would you do the honors and start?
Sure, I will.
And it says Cynthia on her mic, too.
Are you sure that's not David's mic?
That's Cynthia's mic.
Oh, yeah. So your mic was correctly labeled too,
Yeah.
because we have another Cynthia that sits there.
Okay.
Well, now I want to turn it to the audience, and I'm going to need your help with this audience. Oh, that was weird. I took it off. It sounds weird.
Sounds weird, don't it?
Wow. We're so quiet. So we really want to make this work the best we can. I want to know if anybody has questions, comments, feedback about, again, Habitat for Humanity or anything about this podcast. Do we have a restore in the area?
Yes, we do. We have a restore on Highway 20 in McDonough.
Oh, wow.
Can you tell us what a restore is?
The Habitat Restore is a resale store of donated product that we acquire from everyday homeowners who are just switching out things, gently used items. And we also have corporate sponsorships where we have brand new items. And all of the proceeds from those sales go back into our home ownership and our repair programs and our financial education. It goes to our entire mission. So shop at our local restore.
That's amazing.
I couldn't hear you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, currently we do not have a Memorial Day sale, but you will always find something of great value in our restore. We just finished our annual spring patio sale. We still may have a few of those items there, so you might want to go by and check it out and get your patios ready for summer.
Yeah, I need a new patio set.
Okay.
We got a question from Coy.
Yeah.
Woo!
So I'm actually part of the Leadership Academy with another board, and it's a 7 to 8 people group. So I don't know if we need to call you or you're somebody with Habitat for Humanity to set up a full build, but I was wondering if y'all already have a build that we can be invited to kind of get our credit out.
We are always doing builds, so there's always work to be done. Like I said, we have 3 houses under construction right now. Pretty soon we'll have 2 more that'll be started. So you can just get in touch with us. I'll tell you afterwards, but I mean, generally an email. It's on the flyer.
On the flyer that I have, our website is there. You'll just choose volunteer. You can sign up.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Our volunteer coordinator will reach out to you.
And would each person have to sign up individually, or can we say like, oh, we have a group of 8?
You'll sign up as a group, but we will need to get those individual names.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Have the good old waiver.
That's right, you do.
And have the waiver.
So Coy's a brand new father. Give it up for
Yeah.
Coy.
Yay.
Congratulations, Coy. Woo!
I know we've already said it, but we didn't say it on the podcast. It's Barbara Dyer's birthday. Y'all give it up for her.
Happy birthday.
I'm sorry, listeners in Belgium. We have cake here. And you
We
know
do
that.
have cake.
Who else? Do we have any other questions from the audience, or are we ready to take it home? Taking it home. Okay, so
Taking it home.
as soon as we're finished up here, I'm going to invite you guys to come and look and touch and feel and play, whatever you. This is yours. We just get to play with it. So
Yeah.
we're going to close this thing out. Let's get some closing remarks from Miss Tracy and Miss Cynthia. Anything you just need to leave us with today?
Yeah.
I'll let you
Keep
go.
in mind that our mission is about, can you all hear me? How's that? Is that better?
You gotta go right into it. Right into it.
How's that?
There
Okay.
you go.
Keep it. All right. Keep in mind that Southern Crescent Habitat for Humanity is all about bettering our community. That we always are available to anyone who wants to learn about what it takes to become a homeowner. Okay? Send them our way. Also, keep in mind that Southern Crescent Habitat for Humanity is unlike any other affiliate that you'll hear about. We're not like Atlanta. We're not like North Georgia. We're not like the one in Tennessee, was that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee.
A Coy region.
We are Southern Crescent Habitat for Humanity, one affiliate under the umbrella of Habitat International.
Mm.
And we are very, very happy to represent those 5 counties that we serve. So when you consider partnering with an affiliate, call us. Southern Crescent Habitat for Humanity. Thank you.
Keep that pressure on.
Yeah.
Miss
No,
Cynthia.
She's right. You know, we have 13 affiliates in the metro area, and each one of us are separately run. It's more of a federated model as opposed to when you have worked with one affiliate, you have not worked with the rest of us. And there's a certain identity. I mean, we know that. Our communities are special. We are not like everybody else. And so we want to reflect that in how we serve our communities. And so we need you, those who are in our area, to support what we do and the community in which you serve. So that's why it's important to work with us. But I want to leave you with something. You know, our mission is to demonstrate the love of God, bringing people together to build homes, to build communities, and to build hope. At the end of the day, when you come out on site and work with our families, you are giving them and everyone around you hope.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard right now, as you know, for a lot of people. And the ability to see your neighbors, people you don't know. I mean, imagine that you're that homeowner we've heard a lot of stories over the years.
Yes.
People who were sleeping in their cars, people who had shared a bed for years with their daughters, a twin bed at that, we found out for one of them.
Yeah.
Living in a 2-bedroom apartment, paying $1,500 for that 2-bedroom apartment with 10 people in it, who then are able to come to us, get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, have their own rooms for the first time, and pay half that for their mortgage. It's I can't describe it to you what it means to hear their stories and to hear the gratefulness of them and their children. It's always the kids crying that get me. It's always the kids crying that get me, who are like, Mom, we're not going to have to move again. And they say, no. This is your bedroom. This is your kitchen table to do your homework. This is your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate what you've already done for us, and we look forward to working with you, not just on the build site, but in our education classes that we host. We do have quarterly homeowner meetings where we do post-purchase engagement with them to help them get even more financially stable, to come out to our events, our fundraisers, to be advocates in our community for affordable, attainable starter homes, because that's really what we build is starter homes. As you know, not many communities are producing more starter homes. That 1,200 to 1,300, in a lot of cases, not even allowed. You have to go get a variance to build that size house now. But that's what we do. And we will continue to do that as long as community members like you are supporting us and supporting the families whom we serve. Thank you very much.
That is beautiful.
We couldn't be more thankful than to have the two of you here. Miss Tracy, Miss Cynthia, thank y'all so much. Give it up for them one more time.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And
Thank you.
we close this thing out the way we brought it in. But let's get them to say something. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do. He's gonna say, "I'm Devins, I'm David, I'm Tracy, I'm Cynthia," and you guys are gonna shout something. Maybe we're live or we're MSAR, whatever. Right? What are we gonna say? We're MSAR. All right. Yeah. And then we're gonna close this thing out. And then the last thing we're gonna do off air is to hear closing remarks from President Freshwater. And then y'all get to go sell some houses. So, Devins, it's on you.
All right. Everybody, don't forget to scan that QR code. Listen to us everywhere. This podcast episode has been recorded, so you will be able to watch it on YouTube. If you missed some parts, couldn't hear too well, you will be able to watch that. But as David said, we're about to close it out. Once again, I'm Devins.
I'm David.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Cynthia.
And this has been Nexus Live. We will see you on the next one.
Woo!
Give it up for Miss Kim Freshwater.
I want to say thank you one more time to everybody who came out today. I think we had a great crowd. I was very excited to see everyone who coming through that door today. I want to thank our guests who came to be on our podcast with us today. Thank David and Devins for making this. I mean, this was a great idea. Like, I was never thought of this, and this is a great idea.
If I can add one thing, sorry, Kim, I hate it when people do this to me. Miss Sarah has been out there killing it this whole time because she's been like taking pictures and all this stuff. So let's give it up for Sarah out there.
She's doing a great job. She's doing a great job for us out there today, and